A Linux System Administrator certification allows you to perform centralized system administration tasks in any Linux environment. Certification as a certified system administrator of the Linux Foundation puts you in real-life situations where you are encouraged to complete tasks and develop skills needed to do your job. You will have the necessary advanced skills for the Linux operating system. You can take part in a number of activities and training programs, including higher certifications and renewal of your Linux certification. Linux certification starts with the LPIC-1 Linux Administrator certification, which includes maintenance tasks, installation and configuration of computers under Linux. You will master basic network configurations, security, shell scripting and other topics. Certificate of Proficiency in Linux Systems Administration is designed to provide knowledge and skills in Linux programming and Linux system administration for IT professionals. Core Linux courses, including Linux Operating System Basics, System Administration, Network Administration and Network Security, will help develop students to develop knowledge and skills in preparation for work and improve current professional skills. The CCL, Certificate of Completion, is a Linux system management program designed to prepare students for a variety of industry-recognized Linux certification exams and to provide hands-on skills in the workplace. The SUSE Certified Administrator certification is the first-stage certification for Linux system administrators used in business environments. A Linux administration certification is well-suited for candidates who wish to become a Linux system administrator and continue their career as a Linux administrator. The Linux Foundation certification exam helps candidates to test their skills. The exam is a practical course that allows candidates to simulate the tasks and scenarios that professional system administrators face. CompTIA Linux is an entry-level certification for IT professionals who use and manage systems and infrastructure in areas such as cloud, cybersecurity, mobile and the web. This course teaches students the necessary skills to manage Linux systems, including hardware and software configuration, user and group management, Linux networking configuration and file system management. The course covers application of the latest system administration techniques in practical scenarios and prepares users for the Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator, LFCS, a 4-day course led by a teacher. It is aimed at students with basic knowledge of Linux and its common utilities and text editors. The CompTIA Linux certification is aimed at beginners. It teaches and tests knowledge of the basic operating systems, including installation and configuration of Linux on a workstation, maintenance and network setup. This certification focuses on the current trends in the Linux world and is intended to demonstrate competence in the modern system administration. LPIC-1 is the first certification in the Linux Professional Institute, LPI, multi-level certification program. Training to CBT Nuggets is supported by Linux certification programs from the CompTIA Linux Foundation, Linux Professional Institute, LPI, and other Linux distributions such as CentOS and Ubuntu. If you are on the road to cybersecurity with Kali, Linux Professional or OSCP certifications, you will find our penetration tests and Linux tools courses helpful for preparation. Study materials for the Red Hat System Administration certification are designed for IT professionals who have no experience with Linux system administration. If you have experience in Linux administration, you can test yourself with the LFC's, LALGA Foundation certification practice questions. For this purpose, I recommend reading the Linux Foundation Certification Policy and Candidate Handbook and Linux Foundation Certification Frequently Asked Questions page. This certificate allows candidates to perform command-line maintenance tasks, install and configure Linux systems as well as Linux systems on a basic network. This certification is aimed at security experts, administrators, auditors, incident responders, Unix, Linux system technical experts and information security analysts. It solidifies the knowledge of candidates about Linux and Unix systems, Linux and Unix, digital forensics and Linux application security. Many industry experts, including Stephen J. Von Nichols, a longtime user and expert in Linux and Unix operating systems, say that certification is the most important ingredient for a candidate to qualify. RHCSA certification is a business-ready certification for advanced Linux system administrators, and beginners are encouraged to strive for it to make them feel safe. Candidates must also complete the Oracle Linux 6 Certified Implementation Specialist certification, which is obtained by Oracle partners and implementation personnel with a solid background in Linux and prior experience in implementing Linux 6. As reported in our full open-source certification guide, employers seem willing to pay Red Hat certified professionals higher salaries than generic Linux certificates such as LPI, the Linux Foundation and CompTIA, but at a level with other industry certificates such as Microsoft MCSA. MCSA administrators with generic Linux certification earn an average of $74,000, while Red Hat certified system administrators with RHCSA earn an average salary of $8,600 more. If you have Linux experience in the real world and can prove it to your Linux colleagues, generic certifications like LPI and CompTIA are viewed more positively by employers. The Linux Professional Institute, LPI, has become one of the leading certified providers for Linux topics and technologies. Oracle Certified Professional Certification focuses on topics such as control groups, dynamic tracking, XFS file system storage management, Linux core dump analysis, Linux containers, LXC, and advanced software package management. Entry-level certificates such as the Linux Essential SA Professional Development Certificate, PDC, focus on basic skills such as creating and running simple scripts, restoring and compressing backups and archives, working with the command line, basics of the Linux operating system, user groups, file permissions, and public and private directories.